we finding it in degrees or radians?
What's it?
Well, here's the deal. Here's what you just asked me. Are we finding it in degrees and radians? Here's what you're asking me. You're thinking the answer is an angle. That is the angle. What you're finding is the ratio.
It's 248.
I'm sorry. The ratio is just a ratio. It's 2/3, 4/7. There's no degrees in it. There's no radians in it. It's just a ratio. It's just a ratio.
Just a ratio.
Okay.
Use your triangles.
Not yet. I'm waiting. Okay. This problem doesn't take very long. It's on your assignment a few times. We got to make sure we know what we're doing. First of all, cosine of 248 is an angle. It's in what right now? Radians or degrees? How'd you know it's degrees? It's got a degree symbol right there. That's a dead giveaway. Get your calculator in degrees. If it's in radians and you punch this in, you've got the wrong answer. You just do. Okay? So where is this? Let's just take a quick peek. 248 would be about there, I suppose, right? Something like that. Okay, so the triangle for 248 sits like this, doesn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Now, just answer this question. Is cosine positive or negative in quadrant 3?
Negative.
Cosine's negative in quadrant 3. Why? Because the x value is negative and the r value is always positive. So it's negative x over r. The answer is negative. So when your calculator says negative, you should be going, yeah, it's supposed to be negative, right? Okay, so you punched it in, you got what?
375.
Negative 0.375. Correction.
Right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Now, some of you, again, I keep trying to tell you this. Some of you are getting confused. That is an angle. See, when you look at the angle, you say, is this degrees or is this radians? If it's degrees, go to get your calculator in degrees. If it's radians, you go straight to radians. You just punch it in, and it's giving you a ratio. And really, you guys, the ratio is telling me this, just so you know. This is what it's really telling me. It's telling me the adjacent side, or the x value, is how far? 375 units, and this is 375 over 1,000. So your hypotenuse is really what?
1,000.
Yeah. So, you know, when you see these decimals, you got to understand, it is a ratio. It's x over r. That's what that says to me, okay? And why is it negative? Because yours is actually negative, how far? 375 over what? 1,000. Okay? All right. The next one. Do secant of negative 1.2459 to 3 decimal places. You are taking secant of, this is an angle. When you take secant of a number, it's an angle. Is it degrees or is it radians?
Radius.
How do you know?
Because it's rounded.
There's no degree symbol. Okay, so it's not degrees. Okay, so it's radians. Get yourself in radians. What do I do?
You forgot the end
Radius.
I could tell I did something wrong just by looking at Molly's face. Molly's face says, you don't know how to spell radians. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, type it in, but here's the problem, you don't have secant. So you're going to type in what? Cosine of
Doing it again.
this. Okay, Again,
-1.
that is radians. Now I gotta make sure you understand this. When you say radians, do you understand you're going to wrap your radius how many times around?
-1.24.
Stop. Now you just say negative 1.2 times. So -1 would be about there, because that's 1 radius. And 0.2 would give me just a little further. Okay? So guys, that is the angle I'm talking about. I'm talking about that angle. And then when you type that in, you get this ratio. The ratio is... Oh, sorry. You're going to get a ratio, but it's the ratio to what? Cosine. And right now, I don't care what it is, because I want secant. So what do you do to flip it?
-1.
X to -1. And gets you this, which is going to be 3 point what?
133.
Everybody agree?
That's right. 10-4.
All right. If you're not getting it, you should say something, right? Don't sit there. Okay. Will, you okay over there? You're daydreaming, it looks like. You with me? Okay. All right. Give me two values for theta. I'm sorry, it says x, but could you guys maybe just go like that? For theta, given that theta falls between what? 0 and 2 pi. So I'm asking for two answers. I want two answers. This is a sine of x. Let's change it. Sine of what?
Theta.
Theta. And look at the numbers. The numbers are really nice numbers. So when I say nice numbers, I mean because they fall on what kind of triangles? They fall on the special triangles, either the 45-45 or the 36. Draw a picture. Draw a picture. Okay, now I'm going to ask you this question. You are looking for the angle that gives you that ratio. Okay, you got to understand, those are nice numbers. Those are the numbers that come from your special triangles. This is what I'm going to ask you on next week's quiz. Without a calculator, that's what you have to do without the calculator. So I'm thinking this is really sine, so this must be 1 over what?
Y over R.
Y over R. You can say opposite over hypotenuse, but I'm going to use y over r and x over r, that kind of stuff. Okay? So my next question is the ratio positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. Where is sine positive?
1 and 2.
Quadrant 1, quadrant 2. So what I would do, I said draw a picture for a reason. I would draw my triangle there in quadrant 1. In quadrant 2, your angle would be right here, right? But then to get your right triangle, you go down, back to the origin. That's your two triangles. Now, here's your answer, just so you know. Your answer is right here. That's your first answer. That's your second answer. Now, the first answer is probably easy for you. So, this is y is going to be what? Square root of 3. Radius is what?
2.
2. So, this leads you to believe this side is 1. Okay. Well, this is the answer. So that would be the reference angle. And the reference angle on this one is?
60.
60. Opposite of square root of 3 is 60. Okay. First answer to my problem is 60 degrees slash, they want it in what? Radius. So either you're really good at this, or you're going to have to, do the old calculation, 60 times pi over 180. And remember, this is without a calculator. And people keep telling me, there's some students who say, I can't do this. I don't do this. They type it in all the time. Well, sorry, you're going to have to do this. Look what cancels. What goes into 60 and 180?
The zeros.
10 does. Cancel out the zeros. You're 6 over 18. 6 over 18 reduces to what?
3.
Pi over
3.
3. Now, you guys, you got to know the big three. What are the big three? This one is one of the big threes. If you get 30 degrees, that's really pi over what?
6.
6. Here's another big one. 45. That's pi over what? Okay. And of course this one is another big one. 60 degrees is what? Okay. And I call them the big three because they're just, if you just start counting by 30 degrees, like watch. If I count by 30, that's 1/6 pi. Another 30 would be 2/6 pi, which is really 1/3 pi. And you can keep counting by 30s or 45s or 60s, and you'll get there eventually. Hang on, I'm not done. Here's the other one. Again, the y value could be square root of 3, the radius could be 2, and the other side is 1. This reference angle is 60 here. It's also 60 here. So that leads you to believe the other answer is what? It's not 60. You don't say 60.
120.
Yeah, you say 180 minus the reference leads you to believe the other answer is 120. So I'll go 120 equals, and now here comes radians. Well, if 60 degrees is 1/3 pi, then another 60 would be what? Yeah, it'd be 2/3 pi, wouldn't it? Now, see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm hoping you're getting better and better at this as time goes. Because if you have to keep doing this, you're going to slow yourself down quite a bit. You will have a hard time finishing the quiz, okay? But if you have to do it, you have to do it. You just have to be quick about it, okay? Davidson, are you okay?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody good? All right, that one, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? No? Okay. Do tangent of theta equals -1. Try this. You good? You good? Again, think of it as tangent of theta, not x. I want my answer between 0 and 2 pi. How many answers are there? 2.
And
2. Yeah. No? Yep, it is, but yeah, you gotta come up. If you've got it, just show me and I'll say yes or no to you. That's good, that's good. Yes to that one, and yes to that one, and no. Something went wrong there. Well, it's not 7/8 pi. 315 is correct. That's correct, but your radians are wrong. Just point, and I'll look right there. Tangent is negative.
Oh.
Okay. How do you know this?
Well,
Okay, yeah, you got it.
You got it, James?
You're not. You're in the right place.
So what's the second one in radius? I didn't get that far here, Jim. That's math, Kyle.
so that's what quadrant. So that's quadrant 1 and 3.
The way you're doing it.
Wait, add it again.
Yeah, you were thinking. I think you were thinking. I have 8 seconds. I think you were thinking that. Okay. All right. Ready? Tangent of theta. Look at the ratio, guys. It's negative. Right away, when you see negative, you think tangent's negative where? 2 and 4. 2 and 4. All students take calculus. So all of them are positive here, tangent's positive here. So where's tangent negative? 2 and 4. Okay? So here I go. Now you have to be able to draw this. If your answer's right there, guys, then the angle's right there. Where's the right triangle? Right here. You got that?
Negative ones are.
Guys, listen. If your other answer's here, it's quadrant 4, there's your terminal side. Where's the triangle? Right here. If you can't draw the triangles correctly, you will get some of these wrong. Okay, here's the ratio, 1 over 1, actually negative 1 over 1, since this is y over x, tangent's y over x. Okay, this y value right here, what is that? Is that positive 1 or negative 1? That's 1, and then this x value is?
Negative.
Is this y over this x negative 1? Yes. Okay, do this one. This y is, this x is 1. This y is, so y over x is negative 1. These are the correct angles. Now to get the right answer, you have to do this. From there to there, well you see 1 and 1, your reference angle is? Okay, well, this is the answer, right there. So it's 180, subtract your reference, right, is what? 135. 135 in radians.
3, 5.
Okay, now remember this. Please think like this. This is 45. That's 1/4 pi. Well, this would be 90. That's 2/4 pi. That's 3/4 pi. But again, if you can't do it, you're stuck. You're stuck doing this. Okay? And that's not stuck, by the way, because here's the deal. 180 is always divisible by 30, 60, and 45. How many times does 45 go into 180? 45 goes into 180 4 times. 45 goes in here 3 times. 3/4. There it is. So you're not really stuck. When I say stuck, you're not stuck. Just do the work. You're fine. Okay, last answer. Here we go. Going on here. That's the answer. But your reference angle is still what?
45.
So to get that answer, take 360 and minus 45, and you get 315. 315 in radians is?
7/4 pi.
7/4 pi. Okay. Now hang on. I don't want you to have to do all that conversion, so listen to this. This should make sense to you. Ready? I'm counting by 1/4 pi. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 7/4 pi. Now, again, if you have to, you're going to have to do this little number. And 45 goes in here 4 times. 45 goes in there 7 times. And maybe you can't do that quickly, I don't know, but you're just going to have to practice. Okay? That's it. We got both of them, really. Now, some of you had them. I walked around and I'd say about 6 of you had them right when I saw you. Some of you had the triangles correct. I knew you were going to get it. But I'd say half the class had it and half the class didn't quite have it. Okay, those were nice. Those were nice because they came off your special triangle. So you know what's not nice? When they don't come off your special triangle, like these. Okay? So I'm going to ask you to do it again, but look what it says. It says, give me the angle, so that when I take tangent of that angle, I get that ratio. Okay. Now this is not a nice square root of 3 over 2 or 1 over 1. So when you can't really do this, you can't picture it, now you're kind of stuck. You're going to have to use, but you're going to have to use your calculator. Okay? Now if you get those nice numbers, 1 over 2, square root of 3 over 2, those are special right triangles. Okay? This is use your calculator. I'm going to let you kind of try it for a couple minutes, or a minute at least. Give me the answer in radians. Can I just ask you, where did you put your two triangles?
I noticed that
Two and
tangent
four?
was negative.
Yeah, tangent is equal to a negative ratio. When tangent's negative, the answer's negative, you're in quadrants what? 2 and 4. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so go like this. Here's your first answer. You know this is your first answer, but here's your triangle right here. That's your triangle. Okay. The second answer is in quadrant what? 4. Okay. That would be over here. So you know this is the other angle. There's the triangle. Right? Okay, so now you know you can't do it. It's not a special triangle. So let's use our calculator. How did you do this? How did you get theta? Inverse tangent of what? Negative 2.478, right? Okay, now here's my question. Hang on. I did something a little different. Just
I just want to say practice quiz. That's what we're giving us, the quiz.
That's it. That's today, but. Hang on.
Those other ones I grabbed, those are.
Did you grab practice by substitution?
Yeah.
On the rates?
Yeah.
I did that one as an English class assignment,
Yeah.
and then that was the go away assignment.
Where's the actual quiz?
I don't think we have it. I gotta print it tonight. Why? Somewhere.
Yeah, so the rest of them.
Oh, it should be in there. If not, I have it somewhere. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Look up.
How's it taste?
What'd you get for this one?
-1.
Negative 1 point what?
187.
187. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. Did you see what they wanted their answer in? Didn't they want it in radians? Okay, Paul. Stay with me. Okay? Now, they want it in radians, so I don't know what you did. Did you leave your calculator in radians or did you leave it in degrees? Because if you left it in degrees, you're going to get the answer in degrees. Well, this is not degrees. This is radians. So who gave me that answer? Was it Kyle? Okay, Kyle. He had his in radians. Is this what you're all getting?
Yeah.
Okay, well watch this. This is what it's telling me. It's saying this. Start here and go which way?
Negative clockwise.
Negative 1 point, I'll just say 1. Now, because it's radians, what it means is take your radius, wrap it how many times around?
Almost
1.1, right about there. That's what that negative 1.1 means. The only problem is, if you look up here, they want your answer to be positive 0 radius up to 2 pi. So this is not good enough. We got to somehow get this. We got to get this answer.
So subtract that.
From 2 pi?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, hang on.
No.
2 pi
Well, you need
minus that
well, you need to get greater.
should work. Should work. I wasn't going to do it that way. I didn't even think of that. The way I thought of it was, if they tell me this is the answer, well, if that's the answer, can't I just add a circle and get right back to here? Couldn't I just do that?
Yeah.
So really, if you just took that answer they gave you and you added a circle, you would be right back to where you started from. And you'd have a positive version of the answer. So who wants to tell me that? I mean, it's the same thing as what you said, by the way.
Wouldn't it? I'm confused on how that's.
Okay, just watch. This is what the calculator says the answer is. 1.1, negative.
Yep.
That's the answer. But if I say I want a positive answer, if I just add a circle 2 pi to it, I'm right back where I started from.
But then don't you go, the new starting point would be down there.
No.
That's
If you add a circle, that's a coterminal angle. Coterminal angles are the same picture. They end in the same spot. 5.09, okay.
Okay, because now you're going
There it is.
positive 5.
So now watch this. If you can watch this, it's going to help you with in your assignment. Watch. So 1 radius would be about here, 2 radius here, 3 here. This is 3.14. This is pi. 4 radius, 5 radius, and a little extra 0.09 there. It's the same angle. Yes, the calculator says that's the answer, but because the restriction up here said give me the positive version, just add 2 pi on. Okay. But wait a minute. There's another answer. It's right there. So how do I get this measurement?
180.
If the calculator said that was the answer right there, right here, how do I get from here to there?
Add pi.
Add a pi.
It's half a circle.
It's just half a circle. Add a pi.
Which is
So take that answer, negative what?
1.
1.187, add a pi, which would get you right there. The answer is what? Say again? 1.95 radians, okay? So I don't know, can you see where the answers are, right here? These are the 2 answers to my problem. 1.95 radians and 5.09 radians. How would you know? Because that's a lot of thinking going on there. How would you know that's right? Hey, it's an equation. How would you know it's right?
Plug it in.
Plug it in. You know what I do? I take my calculator, I type in tangent of 5.09. Do you get that ratio? Well, you shouldn't trust our work. You should do it. Is tangent of 5.09 that? Yeah. And then do it one more time. Tangent of 1.95, is it that? And you should
No.
say
Yes.
yes.
Wait, you need to be in.
That would be
Yes, you
something-
need to be in radians. If you're going to type in radians, you got to be in radians. You can't go to degrees now. Stay in radians.
So,
I got something different.
Did you get it?
I got something.
I got something different
For 1.2
for 5.09. I got negative 2.52.
Yeah.
point what? Oh, because we rounded. We really rounded this answer. I think if we would have just went on a little further with that, it would have came out perfect.
I went out 3 and it came out.
It came out perfect. Yeah. If you go up a couple more, it's going to work.
So
We rounded a little too much. I'm
if
sorry.
it's close, you can assume that we did the work.
Well, here's the deal.
'Cause it's,
I would tell you on a test what to do, or if I didn't, I would have another number back here. Molly, what was it? 6. So I would have that number, and I would know if you're just a slight bit off, it's because you did this. Okay.
Now we're good.
Okay. All right. Anyways, do the next problem. One more, and then we're done. See if you can do it by yourself without any help here. Okay. What is sine of theta equal to negative 0.478? And there are 2 answers. I don't think you saw this, but it says, give me the answers this time in what?
Degrees.
Yeah. Now go ahead and go shift your calculator over to degrees.
Yeah, so that's 16.
So, Did you know where your angles land? Well, where is sine negative?
3, 4.
3 and 4. So you should know your answer's like here, right? That's the first answer. Well, that means your triangle looks like this, right? Okay. Your second answer will fall in what? 4. But the triangles are identical triangles, which means the reference angles are exactly the same. Okay. So you type this in, you get into degrees because you want degrees. So it's going to be theta equals, when you want an angle, it's inverse sine. And then what do you put in here? You put in a ratio. So what's the ratio? That is a ratio. It's 478 over 1,000. Answer.
Negative 28.5.
Okay, negative 28 point what? 55. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get into this, but your calculator is telling you negative 28 for a reason. I'll tell you later why, not today, okay? But what that means is you went, the calculator says this is the answer. Negative what? Yeah, okay. Okay, so that means this angle right here is what? 28.55, right? Okay, what's this reference angle? 28.55. Okay. But that's not the answer I wanted. I want your answer to be positive, and I want it between 0 and 360. So let's think about it.
180.
This one is going to be
180.
208.5.
180, right here, plus the reference, 28.55. What is it?
208.55.
208.55 degrees? Good. That one, if you kept going, when you're in the fourth quadrant, how do you get the answer?
Subtract. You add 360 if it's negative.
Oh.
You just add.
Well, I just, to me, I fell short of a circle.
360 minus that.
Yeah. I go 360. I fell short by 28.55, right? And you get 331 point what? 45 degrees. So when you go, hey, listen, when you're in the third quadrant, just take 180, add the reference. When you're in the fourth quadrant, just take 360, subtract the reference, and you get that answer. I probably said too much. Do you understand where we're going with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready, set, go. Day 2. Continue with day 1 if you're not done. Ask me questions and continue. Get going on day 2. I changed day 2. If you did not get it, say something. Did you get it? You got it? Yeah.
There you text now.
We landed right here. You know that point is left. Well, I get it. So here's your angle. Up. Now this point is from the origin left. Down. Yeah, you know, this is the angle. But when I say what is, oh, 6. So now you need that dot. Square the leg. So you have this. Negative square root of negative. Yep. Oh no. Oh yeah, you're right. It is. That's 1. That's 2. That's 2. I guess I was doing the thing for that. Okay. Are you okay now? Okay. All right. Now what? 17. Same thing. Your terminal side. This is the terminal side. Is going to go through that point. Negative 5.4, 7.2, which means your leg is from the origin. left 5.4, up 7.2, so you're in the, now you're up here. Tangent of theta is similar to this, right? And sine must be positive.
Thank you.
Okay, sine must be positive, sine is positive in quadrants 1, 2, so you're in 1 or 2. When you're tangent, well, where's tangent theta? It's 1 or 2. So you're in the second quadrant, so I would, 1 and 2.
Hey, grab your book.
Yeah. But I would do this instead of say right angle. This way. This way. There's my angle, but where's the triangle? And you can draw the finger.
Set that up.
So now what we know,
Space.
you are, oh, negative 5. This is y. Oh,
What time is it?
isn't that y? Over x. This is 8.
What I do?
That's what she. Because it's y. Tangent's y over x. Okay. Good. Of course, you're gonna have to find your f. Oh, is it? Oh, 17, perfect. Good. Okay, go ahead. 45. Just find the reference angle of theta prime. That's what they call the reference angle. So the reference angle is theta prime. And sketch theta. And theta prime. Understand just what theta. Here's theta. 160. So sketch that. That's theta. Label it.
Are you taking it?
Theta equals 160. Okay, now they want you to get theta prime. Find the reference angle. That's that little.
You have the older.
Yeah.
So theta prime equals
Just
1.
like the one before.
That's it.
Right.
Good.
Found it.
Good. Is this 2? Or 2? Okay. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, that's just, they give you this formula, and they basically are saying,
Viscosity. Oh.
I'll get it in.
Hold up here.
It's just, here's an
Did you?
calculus and answer.
I'm writing people with t-shirts that were made wrong. So.
Hold that.
Oh, are you back a couple slides? Oh, because I want an angle. I want an angle. When you want an angle, you get inverse. When you want a ratio. Just sign.
Are you?
If you get force. You keep saying I am spoon. Well, you have 3 seconds to act like you're doing something. Don't look that casual.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Look more intense.
Just sit up. That's all he's asking.
Okay, it says tangent of theta equals sine of okay. Leave trig you should okay, but you're in quadrant 1. So, okay, well if tangent is 2, your reference angle is right there. Okay, where's this b going? Where's this b going? three letters. No, why?
I don't hold those
Oh,
on
why?
that. I don't.
You gotta know.
And that's over
Three
390.
letters. So that's why, and that's X. So if that was Y, it would be three or would it be? Yes, now here's the deal, if that's theta and you get 10, it'd be -3 over -2, which is positive 3 over 2. Well, it works. They say, now here's what they say, go get what? Secant. Go get secant. And by the way, this is the angle you're doing is that there, which created this right triangle. Okay, now do what secant. You know what secant is the reciprocal of? And cosine is?
Like it's literally like a folded problem and then you do something about a folded.
So then secant is?
So it, wait, it
So
would
then
be,
secant
would it be
is?
X over
Yes,
R?
it is. Which is
All
what you
of
should.
X.
This number wants you to over this one.
Oh, it's the
But you don't know that line.
X is there.
Yeah.
Where number
Yes.
There's an. Walking, sit down. Oh, well, okay, that's a good question. But you knew where these were. Where's 4.8 radians? Let's think. How about how far have I gone? So that's 3.14, right? I got up to 4.8. How are we gonna know? Well, here's the deal. If this is, this is X, half of this is Oh, yeah. Can't even scratch
No, no. That's battery. Yeah, you want to show it. Yeah, that's
You gotta
fine.
go what?
Right. Yeah,
I'd say that's Say that again. Oh. Well, this, but, so what it is the whole circle is 2 pi minus, the whole circle is 2 pi. You went 1 minus 2. So, 2 pi is 1. You gotta do it. Is that what it says? Without using the other one. Oh, well then you can use your calculator. I think the trig function of a quadrantal. Use the unit circle. So here's the unit circle. Where am I here? Right here. Unit circle. Radius is always going to be what? 1. So you land right there, that's 1, 0. If you land right here, that's 1. Here is 1. Here is 1. When you land right on the x by axis, we go on sine. Sine is what? Y.
So the two things that I sometimes run,
Right? That's, well, where is 3 out?
you don't go flat, just in on here.
3 halves, 5. Where's half ball? There's half. Where's the full ball? Here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's it. Well, I said, did you were tight. Did you really? And I thought I might double check that. For sure did. Okay, I was like, for sure? I'll go back and look. You're probably in there. I just did a funny sound fast. And I did it twice because I knew it was there.
I'll just check.
You look, but. We'll probably find it. If you have it in, it's there. I just need some.
Kyle's got it.